Welcome to Small Business Big Dreams, where every episode is a new journey into the world of entrepreneurs who are daring to dream big. In this corner of the internet, we're going to celebrate the innovation and the perseverance it takes to turn small ventures into booming successes. These small businesses aren't just places to shop, they're actually hubs of creativity and passion, each with its own amazing story. From the mom and pop shops to the innovative startups, we're going to explore it all. You'll meet the faces behind the brands, hear their stories, and maybe even get inspired to start your own venture. Whether you're a longtime local or new in town, come along with me for the ride and let's celebrate the backbone of our communities one small business at a time. Now let's dream big and spread some love for our local heroes. All right, well, welcome back to another week of Small Business Big Dreams. I'm your host, Eric Bull, and I am here with Maira of Good American Barber. I was actually hesitated on that when I thought I was going to screw up your name. I've heard like 6 different versions of your name, and
but I've always grown up with Maira, Maria. So it's bad to say, but I usually answer to all of the above.
Your mom's going to kill you.
I know my mom is going to kill me.
But it is Maira.
It is Maira.
Maira, right? Yeah.
Right.
See, I'm on my 8 game today, people. I can't tell you how many times I've so focused on getting their name right that I get the name of their business wrong, and it's just like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
I know, it's like reverse for me.
Good American Barber.
Yes.
Yep, cool. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here. So excited.
And a very, very favorite Grays Lake destination, downtown, right on Center Street, and we're neighbors. So this was just a bundle of Grays Lake podcasts today. So let's get started with give us the elevator pitch. Who are you and what is Good American Barber? Besides the obvious,
right.
But yeah.
So my name is Maira Soto. I am from Round Lake originally. I've been here in Grays Lake for 4 years now. Been a barber for 14 years and have always had a dream of opening up my own shop. Come Good American Barber. Good American Barber is pretty much a just neighborhood shop. It's a place where, you, your son, your grandfather, whoever your neighbor can stop by and just have a good quality haircut and a good quality conversation.
And you nailed that. Actually, that's so true. That's
right?
so true. I've sat in your chair a couple times, and I feel like it goes by so fast because we end up rabbit holing down conversation, and it's like, well, I did get a beard trim in there somewhere, but
I know I get a lot of people. Wait, you're done? Wait, you did my beard? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, but I could fall asleep at the steam treatment. Oh my God.
I know. It's so heavenly.
I don't know. Now I think I just might go get one. Anyway. All right. So how long ago did you open Good American?
So we just hit our 2-year mark, July 11th, 7/11. So we get a free
That's
free
a great
Slurpee.
day.
I know
Yeah.
it was not planned, but yeah, we get a free Slurpee.
All right. So what were you doing before you opened Good American?
Barbering.
That's all. Barbering. That's such a weird word to me.
Barbering?
Barbering. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's all. Since the age of 18, that's all I've done.
All you've done.
I had one job, and that you're gonna get a kick out of this.
Oh God.
My high school year, I had a job working at Build-A-Bear.
No way.
Yeah.
Were you also cutting their hair on the bears too? Just this is what I do. I love it.
Doing a little fade, little lineup designs on the side. Yeah, but other than that,
Build-A-Bear.
yeah. But other than that, I've just been a barber.
So what, did you know that's something you wanted to do, or how did you get into that?
No, panicking. Just an 18-year-old,
Fair.
An 18-year-old panicking and trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do for the rest of my life?
I'm 36 and still trying to figure that out. But
same. So for the longest, I've been really into cold case files, the weirder, the better. Homicide, and since a child.
Wait, where's this going?
Yeah,
okay,
so
Barber, Sweeney Todd.
Yes,
wait, what?
And so I just figured, okay, I'm always watching these kind of shows.
Okay.
And I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll just go into law. And into law.
Okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to
talk about a 180.
I know. Yeah, talking to my parents, they'll tell you like since I was little, that's all I wanted to do, be a lawyer. But the whole like core of it was to help people.
Yeah, yeah.
I just wanted to help people. So I equate that with being a lawyer. I am first gen Mexican, which first gen is first generation. And coming from immigrant parents, we didn't really have the resources. No one educates you on like finances or anything like that. Long story short, they couldn't afford college. I had to pay it out of pocket.
Oh boy.
Long story short, I could not afford it. But before the whole college thing, they did tell me, have a backup, have a plan B. If you are a student in Lake County, you are familiar with Tech Campus. Technology.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so it's a trade school. So I signed up for that. I wanted to sign up for, I think it was called like criminal investigation or something like that. They didn't have it at the time till next year. So I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, okay.
I saw cosmetology was an option. I'm like, I guess I'll
that
do
word
that.
in you, I just don't associate. I know you're a barber, but like
yeah,
I hear you say cosmetology, and I'm like, no.
So I did that my junior and senior year in high school.
Okay.
Once I figured out, okay, can't afford college, I have this license. I worked at a salon.
So time out. You were doing this in high school.
Oh,
you
yes.
were going,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
So that's the great thing of like, if you are a student in Lake County and you're in high school, totally look into this. It is essentially free. They pay for the education. They just don't pay for the tools, the equipment.
Right. Yeah.
So I essentially paid, well, not me. My parents paid like $300 for the equipment. So that was my education. I paid $300 to get a license.
That's the cheapest education you're ever gonna get.
So I did that. So once, so I worked at a salon. I hated it. Didn't like it. My family, it's mostly men. I have 4 brothers.
Bless your soul.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
And where do you fall in it?
So I would be second oldest.
You're second oldest. Oh, so you have one older.
Yeah.
And the 3 younger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so I really didn't like the whole salon. I'm too laid back of a person to work in a salon. Salons are very intense. Kudos to the women that work at salons, because it's intense. I didn't have it in me. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? So I transitioned to working at a barber. Yeah. First barber I worked at was in Highland Park.
Oh, that you went all out. You were like, okay, you know how to pick them.
So the guy I worked for was a Ukrainian barber. Now, let me tell you about Ukrainian barbers. They are legit. They are no nonsense people. Their education is essentially like a college degree. So they go to school, beauty school, for 4 years. Okay. They take photography class. They take drawing class.
Seriously? That's intense.
Yeah, I know. It's super intense. He would tell me that they would take like a live model and they would have to draw the head shape.
What?
Yeah. So he was a very not intense, like just no nonsense. Okay. Type. But from there I fell in love with the history, and then just seeing how people felt after, a haircut or a shave. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I think this is my calling.
Yeah, you felt it. Yeah, you found it. Okay, yeah. Cool.
So, I'm kind of a history nerd, so just learning more about the barbering history, and then just having such an amazing mentor like Stepan, it made me really fall in love with the industry.
Man, that's so cool. That is always like, some people look for that their whole lives to like find that thing, and some people are not fortunate to they don't find it, and then some people find it at a very young age, and some they're 70 and find it,
So I'm very fortunate.
So draw us a little bit of a timeline here. So you graduated, or you did your certificate barber stuff, right? And so you're 18 years old. So then you went to a salon. Mm-hmm. How long did you last doing that?
Oh God, I don't think I lasted a full year.
No,
they ate me alive. It's intense. So, like you have to dress a certain way, speak a certain way.
You want to, So I can't believe I think I already admitted this on the podcast, and I don't know if I've told you this, but I used to be a front desk manager to Mario Chikosi.
No way! like, Eric, you never told me
Yeah.
that. So you understand.
Unfortunately, I know more
understand.
about that than I really ever wanted to admit. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of perks about being a straight male working at a Mario Chikosi.
I'm
And oh my
sure.
God, but I never seen so many women want to kill themselves. Like,
That's
not
okay.
like, I mean, like fight, like, sometimes physical. Like, it was like, oh my God, we're at a salon. What is going on? But you like, to your point, like, here's the uniform. This is what you say. It was very corporate on top of it in a salon, which seems very weird to me. But anyway, so you did a salon thing for a little bit. And then you went right. This is where you met Stefan. Like you ended up in Highland Park.
Yeah, I just ended up. So this is gonna show my age. I found an ad on Craigslist, so that's where. So that's where I found it.
I've seen horror movies. So you want to talk about like, criminal stuff. I've seen plenty of movies that start that way. It's just with this ad, online on Craigslist.
Right.
The year was
So I saw-
2002.
Yeah.
And I decided to just walk on in.
Yeah.
Did you at least show up to the right location?
I did. MapQuest.
Printed it out.
I printed it out.
All right. Sorry, guys. We are totally sidetracked here. So how long did you end up then with Stefan?
Oh man.
Mr.
So
Ukraine.
I was probably there for like a year.
Okay.
Maybe a little over a year.
Nice.
And then I moved to Florida.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait. And they're like, all right, Ukrainian in Highland Park. Yeah, I'm done. I'm going to
I'm
Florida.
going to
Oh,
Florida.
yeah.
I think I've learned all I could.
So I guess, was there a reason that like took you out to Florida? You just wanted out of Chicago winters or?
Yeah. My father has always instilled in us kids to just kind of like, it's your life. Like we've given you the tools, we've teaching you values, so
Yeah.
like, the rest is now you. Now you just go and live your life. So I was a little gypsy.
I love that.
Yeah.
You can do it while you can, right? Because then there
Right.
maybe gets to a point where you can't, and then no regrets.
Right.
No
So I
regrets.
thought I had the confidence. I'm like, yeah, I've
I want
learned
to
everything.
pack my bag and just go. I
Just
got
go.
this. And then were you still doing barbering out in Florida then?
Yeah. I figured, okay, this skill that I have, I can apply anywhere.
Right.
So all I have to do is just see what the state regs are,
Mm.
and then
Because you have to take a test, right, or something.
it depends. So really weird. Florida requires just to take a AIDS and HIV course, like prevention. I don't know. I guess they have a lot of like that out there. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just taking a course on understanding that and like blood. If
Like
I
blood,
cut
yeah, cut
someone,
someone or something
how
like
to
that.
manage that. I'm like,
That's
oh,
really
okay, interesting, Florida.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's
That tells a lot about you.
That's where you're focused. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So we're in Florida for a while. I'm going to just let that one go. We're going to just keep moving on because Florida, I could talk about the state of Florida for more than I would ever want to admit. So we're in Florida, we're barbering. I'm guessing we're back to Chicago, or do we like hit 6 more states before we make it back here? Like,
So, I ended up going to California.
you're just hitting all the coasts.
I'm just hitting all the coasts. I'm like,
So,
what is that?
But then I bet like California had like an LSAT type test to like become a barber out there.
I had to go back to school.
What?
I had to go. So at it's weird. California is very strict. I know now their laws are a little different, specific towards like Cosmo and Barber. But back then, I had to take, I think it was like 400 hours.
In addition
To what I had already, done here.
because I know Illinois got like
Illinois, not that bad.
okay.
Yeah.
I know they have hours that you definitely have to do, and then
I think it's like more hours than if you were to apply and go to the police academy. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I think you're right because I think somebody has told me that too.
I think the police academy is like 6 months versus Barber and Cosmo. I think it's like 1,800 hours. So what is that?
And you have to like re-up, right? Like you have to like do so many classes.
Funny, barbers don't. In the state of Illinois, we don't. We just every 2 years just pay for our renewal and
Okay.
that's it.
All right.
Yeah, so sorry,
mean,
Cosmos. Yeah, because they do have to take classes.
So wait, who does? So what's
stylists? So stylists have to take 14 hours. I think it's every year.
What
2
defines?
years.
Okay, all right. Help me with this. What defines the difference?
So it's very simple. The difference between a barber and a Cosmo or a stylist is being able to use a razor. So being licensed.
So you use a straight razor.
So I can use a straight razor.
Real close to my jugular, but you don't need to like.
But if I was a Cosmo, I would not be able to unless there's a licensed barber present. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Yeah, and then
that seems a little backwards too.
Yeah, because we do learn color. We learn about perms. We also like. I can give you a manicure, I guess. If they teach us that. Yeah,
they teach their own.
Yeah.
But, I will say I respect a good colorist because the color science of like that chemical mixing is crazy.
Oh my God, they're chemists.
Yeah. Well, and then like brands are different too. So like
I don't know. I just call them color wizards. Like they're so magical and fascinating.
All right. See, we rabbit hole all day.
No,
I know. No, it's totally cool. I love it. All right. So we're in California. We're going back to school.
Yes, which is fine because I wanted to kind of be legit, which I mean, I was already working at barbershop, so it's pretty legit. But
you
like,
can do your thing,
right? Yeah. But like, I just felt okay if I get the license, then I'm gonna be like legit a barber. Like, no one's gonna be calling me a stylist. You're gonna be that next LA thing, which people still call me a stylist, even if I have the barber license. So I'm like. Back then, I'm like, now I for sure will be called a barber, but that's not the case. Not the case, Maira. Like,
Maira?
So,
Maira?
Moira.
Moira.
So I went back to school, and I went to I moved to San Diego.
Okay, very cool. Beautiful down there. Beautiful.
The city, it's dirty, but the people are cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got that going for you. A lot of Navy men.
A lot of Navy men, Marines too.
Yeah, and a whole flush of new ones all the time. And
yeah.
A lot of people need a haircut.
A lot of people need a haircut. A lot of
everyone
homeless
needs a haircut
too.
at some point.
Everybody needs so did the barber school. Where I attended was a barber staple in San Diego. Like if you
well-known kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a well-known barber school. Like you had to go there.
You ain't cool if you didn't go there.
So yeah, essentially, right? But like it was in downtown, not the good area. Like
oh god,
it's like Chicago downtown. It's like nice and like clean. No, downtown San Diego is dirty.
Oh god,
there's a lot of homeless people, a lot of shady characters. So that's essentially who we would practice on.
We're just getting you ready for being a barber.
So that's essentially who we were working on. So yeah, very prestigious school.
That's so interesting. Okay.
So I did that for a couple months, got licensed, and the owner of that school, so he is second generation barber. So his father was
like
a
way back.
Yeah, from Italy.
From Italy?
From Italy.
Just the fact you just say Italy. Like, he could have been awful as a horrible barber, but it doesn't matter. You said he's from Italy. I'm already assuming he's, like, the best there ever was.
You know what and I was talking to my colleague, Alyssa, who works at the barbershop with me. She was saying, like, I get a lot of people, older clients who talk about barbers, like the barbers they used to go to, and a lot of them were Italian. I'm like, oh, my God, same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what is up with that?
I don't know. Why are a lot of cops Irish?
Oh my God. Isn't that interesting? That's so random.
Well, and I think actually if you even dig deeper in that, I think actually more of them are like Sicilian. I think there's like a ton of Sicilian barbers. Okay. But yeah, something on that whole little Mediterranean there, man. I don't know, maybe it was like way mobbed. You just like whacking guys that way. So they like just, hey, all right, you're going to work as a barber. And then when we need a guy whacked, we're going to send him in there. All right. Like,
well, the funny thing, and I love my older clients, especially the ones who are from Chicago, like born and raised.
Yeah.
Their memories of going to a barbershop is their Italian barber, just cutting them up. And then the phone would ring and that barber would have like a little ledger and just like start writing.
Should I be worried? I have to say I am so glad that like a real barber is like so big again. Like it's so. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But all right, so you're in California. Let's fast forward. So we were in California for a while, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
the owner of that barber school connected me with his son, who is also a barber. So he's third gen barber. Worked with him. Amazing guy. Also a no nonsense guy. So why I bring up these two barbers, because they were as OG as you can get, and I am so thankful for my mentors, because they've really instilled in me the passion and the understanding of the role of a barber in the community. So I carry that with me into Grays Lake, and I hope, I've had or given some sort of essence of like what a shop could be, which is a neighborhood barbershop.
Yeah, a destination.
Yeah.
Actually, I learned this from my friend Angela from Little Bean, like a third space, and I think, and if Angela's going to kill me if I'm getting this wrong, but more of like, a lot of us work from home now. We don't have that office of socialization, and we're all looking for our new third space of like a place to go that's like a community versus just just an in and out. Like everything's so grab and go now. Like even you think about like the idea of like, you see this in Europe, like a coffee shop, right? Like it's very rare to get a coffee to go in Europe. Like it's not a thing. You sit, enjoy it, you talk to people, you hang out. There's a community piece to it, right? Where here in America, it's very like get out, go, run, moving, keep going nonstop.
Right.
And I think when, the barbershop's always been one of those staples, if you look historically, of like, the men go there at the barbershop, they sit, talk, their gossip, they read their paper, whatever, what's going on in the neighborhood, get away from the wife for a minute, whatever that is, whatever your outlet may be. And I think that just like when you have a great downtown like Grays Lake, I think, the barbershop is it's a destination like that. It's your third space,
Yeah.
But, all right. So we're in California. How long were you out there?
Like almost 3 years, or if not 3 years.
So then what, did you go to like New York next?
No. So around that time, I was like in my late 20s. I'm like, okay, time to grow up, which I don't know
Why?
Well, because
we don't need to grow up.
So a little like history about my family. So my father's side, they're all entrepreneurs, or most of them are entrepreneurs.
Very cool.
So I've always like, literally as soon as I got my Cosmo license, my dad's like, okay, open up a shop.
Like now,
like
right now, like
no,
your own
right
shop.
Now.
Do it.
Yeah, like no experience, nothing. You have the license, just do it. So I have always had that dream of just owning my own business, creating something that I again, the whole help thing, like help people, make them feel good, make them feel safe. So that was the time where I'm like, okay, I think I've gained enough knowledge. I think I've gained enough confidence to just go for it.
Yeah.
And San Diego, if anyone's lived there or just gone to visit, you know how expensive it is. So couldn't
California, period.
Yeah. So couldn't open a business, nor could I, buy a home out there. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll come back home. And around the time my big brother had his 2 beautiful daughters. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go be a tia.
But so now, what made you choose Grays Lake?
I feel like Grays Lake chose me, as corny as it sounds. As corny as it sounds.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but
I know.
But where there seems more there. More.
I never gave in to the pressure from family, peers, or friends of opening up a shop. I'm like, the space will speak to me. Like when I feel like, okay, this is home. This is the type of community I want to service. This is the space that I could see the shop at. Then I'll start my business.
Fair.
So I think I was living in Grays Lake for maybe 2 years. 2 years. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to start looking around here. I really like the community. And I feel like the type of person that I am, I think I would be an asset to the community. So I started looking around. I was actually looking at the space where that realty, the realtor offices,
Oh, at the end of the
right
street.
across from my shop.
Oh, in the white building.
What
Yeah.
is-
I
It
know what
used
you're
to be that
talking.
creepy, like old, like dollhouse hobby store.
Oh
Do
my
you
gosh!
remember?
Yes.
Okay, so I was.
Oh,
Yes,
yes. Now I remember. Yeah.
So just like walking downtown Grays Lake, and I always thought it was so cute. Always loved it. And I saw that space that it was available. So my dad and I checked it out. It smelled like cat piss.
Not surprised at all.
It just needed a lot of TLC, and I was just not prepared to take on that endeavor.
It wasn't speaking to you.
And it just wasn't speaking to me. So I stepped out and literally looked right across, and I see, which is now my building, this beautiful space.
It's such a great space.
Beautiful
You absolutely
space.
nailed one of the best buildings on the street.
Thank you. Shout out to Jeff and Amy, owners of the building. They are amazing people. Like I have nothing to say other than good things. So I saw the space. I'm like, okay, I think this is mine. Whatever it takes, like I'm going to get it. Which it did take them a little bit of convincing.
Really?
Yeah.
And they were like, they probably said another salon.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
That was probably their
We're
first.
not a salon. We're a
yeah,
barbershop. Yeah. Which Jeff loves it now because he goes in and he gets his little haircut. So yeah. So I don't know. It just the skies opened up. And it was just like this is yeah, like it was the angels sang, and this was it. I'm like I'm
well, and I think the building, I mean, everything about it just speaks to your vibe 100%.
yeah.
Nothing feels forced. It doesn't feel like it's true, authentic. Like you're embracing kind of like that old traditional. Like the building has, for the people who don't know, like this building in Grays Lake, it's on Center Street. It has so much character to it. I'm not sure how old the building is. Maybe
it was built in 1908.
Yeah, so I was going to say it's got to be at least 100 years old. There's so many of the details still there, all of that character, but yet like modernized in the right spots and areas where like it's a very nice functional space. A lot of brick. I love brick. I'm a sucker for
Jeff did an amazing
brick.
job restoring it, the exposed brick and everything.
Yeah, all of it.
Beautiful.
Curious, as always, as you know, this question was coming. Where does the name come from? Good American Barber.
So again, as a first-gen Mexican, and also having a lot of friends that are children of immigrants, we've always had the talk of like, what is an American, or what is the American dream?
That's a heavy question.
Yeah. So growing up, I always was around those type of conversations and just hearing everybody's response to it, and sadly, a lot of people, a lot of immigrants, their definition of an American was not them. It wasn't.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
That's heavy.
I'm a very deep person. If
I
you
love
already
it.
don't know this, Eric.
Bring
so, this is kind of my love letter to those people. You are, for me, Americans, we're a rainbow of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have my clients be that, to represent what, an American looks like. And we're everything.
Right.
So if you go back where the shampoo bowl and this beautiful art gallery I have.
Yeah, there's so much good art in there.
You'll see there's 6 photos of different people.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go back and pay attention now.
And my good friend Julio Blanco, who is an amazing photographer, took these pictures, and it gives you the essence of like who I'm trying to cater to, who I want as my clients, which is Americans. So if you can afford us, you're more than welcome to come and let us pamper you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it came from.
I love it.
Yeah.
God, I had somebody once tell me, I just typed in a Google I think ChatGPT, make me a title or name for my company. I was like, that's one way to do it. But I think it represents so much of who you are and what you stand for. So I'm glad to hear that you've put some thought into this.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I think you should, right?
Yeah. I mean, because when you're big and famous and that name's everywhere, you know, and it's a staple in the barber community, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we already kind of are, but.
Just in Gray's Lake. I'm talking about like when this thing goes nationwide.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, she's already got plans. We got plans.
We're getting there.
I know everyone, you know, tries to, at least everyone tries to prepare themselves for opening their own business, right? We all get caught by surprises by something, right? Like something was like, I didn't even think of that. You know, what was something early on that like, just like, oh shit, I didn't even like think of that, and had to like twist, turn, bend, figure it out that along the way.
So for me, it was a plug and play situation. If you don't know the term, it essentially means the business prior to mine was a salon. So all I had to do was literally like follow the layout, and that's it. Because it was already a salon, the village deems a barbershop, a salon, the same thing. So I didn't really have to go through a lot of jumps. Yeah. So if you are trying to open a business, this is the best way to go about it if you can. But yeah, I really didn't have any issues. It was more internal. But really, as far as like dealing with the village or dealing with I don't know, lack of resources. No, I was pretty much ready to go. We all want more
resources.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but I was pretty.
And by resources, I mean money. But I want to double click. You kind of like glazed over it there. You said there was some internal things. You want to talk about any of those? Can you share?
Of course,
of course. I'd love to kind of, you know, the pain points of getting, you know, becoming successful.
I think it's like the whole, is it going to be good enough? Are people going to like it? Am I going to be well received? If you look at me, you would never guess I'm a barber. I'm not your typical quote unquote what a barber should look like. I have gone in the past where people will walk into my shop and be like, "Can I speak to the owner?" And they'll look at like one of my male barbers, and I'm like, "Oh, you know, hi, it's this Latina, it's this little short girl. Hi."
You're probably holding your dog too.
And I'm So it was the whole, you know, not looking like what I think or the stereotype. And then also like I said, I'm originally from Round Lake. And am I going to be well received here? I don't really know the community that well. So it was just the whole, like, are people going to like me? A
lot of imposter syndrome.
Yes, yeah. So.
Yeah, but now you're kicking ass and taking names.
Yes, I
am. So as we know, or those who do know that are listening, Gray's Lake's got a couple barbershops, at least by address. Let's put it that way, at least, right?
Yes, we're the only one in downtown.
Oh, dang. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Hang on.
Eric, what are you doing?
Think about it. I just.
What are you doing? How dare you?
My God, this is one of those times
insult me. How dare you insult me this way? This is Bloods and Crips. Like, what are you doing right now? You're wearing the wrong colors.
Oh, I wish this was a video podcast because I'm a shader head. So.
Shout out to Wolves.
I am currently wearing a Wolves barbershop hat. That happens to be in a different area of Gray's Lake that I frequent. But fortunately, I know that you guys play very well together.
We do. Yes. So, Malancano, what's up?
Yeah. Diego, my boy.
Oh, I love Diego. No, it's all love. I actually went to high school with Gano.
Oh yeah.
We throw our barbers. So it's 5 barbershops in Lake County that throw our barbers a barbecue just to show appreciation. Yeah. So it's all love. We play nice. You know, I like to tease, and so do they. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all love.
And so. All right. So if I was new to Gray's Lake and I needed to choose a barbershop, why should I choose yours?
Ooh, all right. Get ready, Wolves.
I hope you guys are sitting down.
So what makes us different from any barbershop period is, so the structure of the barbershop is for barbers by barbers. So I am very like the type of person that loves to collab. I don't ever feel like I know it all or I'm above anybody. And that goes with my clients as well. So I love to collab with my clients. I have a rainbow of clientele that do different things, who are also, entrepreneurs or have a non-for-profit. So we are very much immersed with our clients, our, staff, and just the community.
Yeah.
So
I love your involvement in the community. I want to talk about, let's screw it. Let's go right to that.
Yeah, let's go.
I feel like every Grays Lake event, every, even formal, informal, maybe it's just a street fest held by someone else. I feel like you guys are always getting involved,
It's all love. It's all love.
being a part of the community.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to that, I'm going to keep using this. I like it. The third space of, what the community is all about, and, and I know you're working with a lot of the local businesses too, to try to like different events and just trying to like get people out, and partnering with, whether that's a different restaurants or, the other event spaces and things. I know, shout out to Sienna and First Draft and all the other people out there that I know you've been doing a lot of work with to get things rocking and rolling.
And it just makes it fun for everybody else, right? For the people to go and just be a part of these awesome events. So we're doing it for you, Grays. Well, really, Lake County.
Yeah, Lake County.
Mostly
Everybody.
Grays Lake,
Yeah, I mean, most of our listeners are Lake County, Southern Wisconsin, McHenry. So
Southern Wisconsin. Oh, wow, you're reach, Eric.
I'm reach. I don't know. No big deal. Whatever. Cool. Let's pivot to your pivotal moment. Where did you have a time? Has there been a moment where you were like, I made the right decision. I'm in the right town, doing the right thing. This is like, I'm doing it. Like, when did that light bulb hit for you? And please tell me it has. Because if you start with it hasn't yet, like you're like we're going to have a serious heart to heart.
Boy. I'm trying to think of another word besides it hasn't. I don't know if it has, and I'm okay with that. I feel like I'm the type of person that, and I'm working on it, that if I reach a goal, I am like, I just keep going. Like, I just have tunnel vision and I just keep going. I'm like on the Maira Express. Like, I just don't stop. I don't stop. So a pivotal point, I don't know if I've had it yet. Maybe I'll know. Maybe I won't.
It's okay. Or maybe like it's 20/20 hindsight, and one time, and eventually you'll learn that was the pivotal moment. Like I can tell you, like, so my day job, I recruit, right?
Okay.
And like I'm a recruiter, and I think it was almost 2 years in before that pivotal moment happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me almost a year after that to realize that was the pivotal moment, that I was in the right career, and that like I don't know what made it finally click of like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing and all that. And I love what I do. Now I have the freedom to do other things, clearly, as we have this podcast, but so maybe it'll come, but and maybe it won't be until you have 100 of your own locations and you're, sitting up in your CEO tower, your global conglomerate of Good American Barber International. And that's okay. I think too, realizing that like there are goals, like we all have goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for some people they're different, and just figuring out what.
That's okay.
And it's okay. We're all trying to figure out who we are, especially in this economy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge for you growing your company?
The biggest challenge, I don't know. So I have to shout out to like my support system because they keep me like in check pretty much. So any challenges I kind of accept, I invite, and I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't know. I like the struggle.
Like push me. Right? Come
on. So yeah, I don't know.
Then what would be like the best piece of advice that you've gotten? Like what is something like
grow with your business. Grow with your business.
Double click on that. What do you mean?
Okay, so oh man, and I wish I could remember who gave me this amazing advice. But grow with your business. What does that mean? So when I first started, I just had literally my barber chair built.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrors were not hung up. Chairs were not built. I mean, it did not look like I was open.
Okay.
So I was, and as a business owner, you always want your business to look like amazing.
Yeah.
Like just right off the bat, how you vision it, that's how you want it to look. But if you can't do that right away, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Grow with your business. A lot of people love an underdog story. And so
I mean, our favorite movies are typically underdog stories, right?
So just growing with your business. If you feel like this is a time to do it, then do it. And then figure it out as you go. Because that's essentially what it is to be an entrepreneur, kind of, right?
100%.
Yeah. So
I also think realizing like we're trying to get, like I'm going to use the alphabet analogy because what else would I use? We're at A, we start our business, right? But a lot of us have a vision of Z in our head, right? And a lot of people don't realize like, I want to go from A to what's in the middle, like J to Z, right? But you got to do like B, C, D, E, and that's totally okay. And like, don't overreach, because then you can totally crush yourself too.
Right.
You know, it's like whether you're taking on too much inventory or too big of an office space, or maybe you went and bought 10 chairs and totally put yourself in some crazy debt. I'm like, well, I don't even know 10 barbers to come in here.
And I've had people that have been there since day one, and by people I mean clients that have been there since day one, and they love seeing the progress. And I never thought about that. I never thought like the point of view of the client. Mm-hmm. And like I said, like people really do love an underdog story. I have clients be like, wow, Maira, like, look what you have accomplished. Like, I remember it was just you, literally just you, and, your dad fixing some lights, or like the shop is under construction. But here you were, you showed up every day, had no day off. And then now look at you, 4 barbers in, you're a staple in the community now. So 100%. So it definitely warms my heart to hear the client's point of view. So don't be afraid, because people are going to be rooting for you whether you know it or not.
And you're always going to have haters too. So
haters going to hate.
Oh yeah. And the more successful you become, the more haters you're going to have. So let that roll off your back. If not, use it to fuel your fire. And you're not going to make everybody happy. It's just the nature of the beast.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
But if you have the mindset of making every single person happy, you will fail. And that, I know that sounds horrible, but like, you're just not going to. It's just not possible.
Fuck them hoes. I mean, like
seriously.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Just stay true to the vision, and you know what's best, and just continue.
And if you stand on something, you'll be successful. You'll have the people who believe in you be there, and that's all that matters. So keep on keeping on. So 2 years into Good American, I love it. In the 2020 hindsight, and you're not allowed to say nothing.
Damn, okay.
Not nothing. Nothing is not allowed. I'm nixing that answer right now. What would you have done differently?
Man, I would have said feeling like the imposter syndrome, but I'm so grateful for it, because I feel like that pushed me.
That's a hard sell.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like I said, it was a plug and play situation, so there's really no challenges. It was more of internal. But I feel like if I didn't have that, like, am I going to be successful or anything? So what my father's taught me, anytime you're thinking about doing something new, something different, and you feel anxious, you feel stressed out, uncertain, then you got to do it. You have to do it.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Get out of your comfort zone, because even if you lose, it's a win. What I mean by that is you're going to learn through that experience.
Yep.
And then when you do it again, you'll go about it differently. Now, will you be successful? Who knows?
Yeah.
But even if you do lose again, it's another win, because it's another lesson.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very I'm a pretty positive person, and maybe I'm a little fucked up in the head, but I love the challenge.
All entrepreneurs are, I think.
But I love the challenge. I love being uncomfortable. If I am comfortable, that's no good because then I'm not growing. So.
All right, so I'm going to try this question in a different way. It's going to be the same question, but it's going to be it's going to be easier though, because I get where, like, based on the way this podcast goes, everyone wants to think of this from a very macro level. Like, where's my mindset at? Where's the industry? Where's the business? Right? I want to go micro. Okay, and like, when I mean by that, like, did you pick the wrong software tool? Did you buy the wrong chairs? Did you hire the wrong electrician? Did you do something?
My dad's my electrician.
Whoa. I mean, the best electrician ever. Oh God, I've been electrocuted twice there. I mean, not. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. But is there something where it's like, and it sounds so micro, but it's like those mistakes are things like the difference between knowledge and wisdom, which I think is a big conversation that people don't have, and I'm saying this to let you think about that for a second, where like knowledge is I can go read all the books, watch all the YouTube and everything and think I know what I'm doing. And then the wisdom is I'm going out there and screwing it up and then figuring it out. Now I know what it actually means by that. Right. And I hate it, but I'm big with cliches. Thomas Edison, right? The infamous, how many times did he not make a light bulb? He's like, well, I know how 80,000 ways to not make a light bulb, but I know one. That's all that matters. Right. Yeah. So, I was just curious. I like to just kind of poke at you. Did you have any micro mistakes?
Man, I know I'm like a unicorn. It's been such an easy ride for me.
Well then, fine. All right, Miss Perfect over here.
Maybe marketing.
Oh yeah, we did talk about this. Yeah,
marketing.
It's tough.
Yeah, so we get a lot of calls at the shop. We take appointments. Yeah. So it was essentially, when people call, I don't know if it's going to be someone trying to make an appointment or someone trying to sell me something. So I had this marketing company from Florida. Should have known.
Red flag right there.
I know. I should have known. And so they like harassed me for a couple weeks about, just how much more business I'll get with my Google ads and whatever. So did that. And once people read the fine print. So once they got me, I had to sign a contract, and I didn't really read too deep into it. So they got me good. I was able to get out of it, but it cost me a pretty penny. So I guess that was really my only challenge, is just, really make sure that you understand where your money's going, and then also what that person is, what service they're trying to provide. And if, it's okay to say no, and it's okay to ask a million questions, because you are going to be their boss. Yeah. And so it's okay.
You're the customer. Do your due diligence. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of similar like yours, where like they're saying, hey, look at this shiny object over here, but they don't like, but it also comes with all this baggage, right?
Yeah.
Or it comes with, the fine print, as we call it.
It was a bitch to get out of it too. God. I had to like go like just freaking psycho on them for them to break it. But yeah, so, just you learn.
We call that wisdom. You now have that wisdom.
I'm so wise.
Let's talk about barbering from a macro level now. Are there any emerging trends that you're seeing within your industry that you do or don't like?
So I'm so happy to say that the mullet is finally being put to rest.
Is it? Because I feel like I'm seeing more and more of them. Oh my God.
I know. So the mullet's finally being
put to
rest.
The entire high school baseball team, I think, has a mullet right now.
But we're starting to see less of that and starting to see more of the buzz cut. Who is that? And I'm so sorry for like football fans. The Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You mean Travis Kelce's girlfriend? You mean Taylor Swift? Yeah.
So, a lot of people are showing us a picture of him. So like the buzz cut in the face. So I'm like, So I'm like, I love it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're headed at.
I was talking to Diego about this at one point, and we was like, the one he never wants to see come back is the Brad Pitt one.
Oh,
that, like,
is it where it's like a hard line
and then like a longer on the top?
Yeah.
You know, like kind of what I usually.
Would you ask for, Eric?
Yeah.
The picture you always show me.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the Brad Pitt. You know, you know, one hanging on my wall.
Bastards. Yeah.
Or
No?
you also no. I think he does it in it's the tank one, Fury. The movie, The Tank. I think he might do it in Glorious Bastards.
I think you're
too.
right. I think it might be Fury.
But I definitely know Fury is the main one. But I think you're right in Glorious Bastards too. Now it's like I'm trying to Google down here. But are there any trends that you're liking?
The buzz cut.
You do like the buzz cut? Okay.
No, honest.
It's because it's easy.
It's easy. It's easy. No, I'm really liking more guys are just wanting to like grow out the hair and do like a little shag. I like the shag.
A shag, okay.
Yeah.
The my wife Jacqueline, her son, had like their whole friend group forever had like the biggest mops of hair. Like it's like who could have a bigger mop of hair for the longest time, and I'm finally glad that kind of died out. But then it went to the mullets, and I was like, I don't know which one. Like,
have you seen where they fluff it up?
Yeah,
I don't know. It looks like do you remember like the Justin Bieber haircut?
I can't say that I do.
Where it was like long.
I remember
the swoop. Yeah, okay, so that was a Justin Bieber haircut. So now I say it's like that, but just you got electrocuted. Because it's essentially the same thing, right?
Okay.
Then just now it's just like really big and puffy. Yeah.
Oh man. Now it's an electrocuted Justin Bieber. That'd be okay with. I mean, all right. Let's talk. Wow, we're cruising through time here today, as we usually do on. Let's see. How do I want to word this? How do you stay motivated through the hard times?
My support system. They're amazing. They call me out when I need to be called out. They are there when I need to just be a chiona and just like vent. So honestly, my support system. And then also just understanding that it's okay for me to just separate from the business.
Yes.
And just kind of remember I am a person. I was Maira before Good American, so.
You still are.
Yes, I still wait.
Which personality do we have today? Oh boy. Oh my God. Ooh, okay, Maira.
Mom, he's teasing.
Oh my God, I had a really good follow-up to that I wanted to ask you, and I'm totally blanking on it. All right.
It's probably the wolves cap you got on.
It's melting my brain
Yeah,
right
I've
now.
heard
It's
it does
got, like,
that.
chemicals
It's a
in
side
there.
effect. Don't worry. I'll get you a Good American hat. You'll be good.
Oh my God. So two things I remember. So the one point I try to always iterate as your business grows, you have to find a way to not always be working in the business, but you got to work on the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's got to be really, really tough for you because you actually have your own chair. You have making money, but you also, you have to work on marketing, and you got to do the bookkeeping, and you got to, hold your staff accountable and all that, and it's like sometimes it's just like you have to step away from being in the business and work on the business, and that's where, things talking about trusting a team or putting SOPs in place and all these different things, and it's like you got to find that balance, and it's
100%.
Oh my God, or burnout happens.
Yeah.
Or you glass ceiling yourself. Because you can only grow so much if you're working in the business. Like there's a limitation, right? Because you can only work so much, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, there's only so many hours in a day.
Right.
There's only so much hair you can cut. Right.
Yeah.
So and if you want it to grow beyond whatever that is, and maybe some people are happy to where it is. That's fine, but teach their own.
Yeah, teaches. I don't know.
I saw this $7 million house that I fell in love with, so I need to make more money. So, let's say I want to start a business.
Okay.
I've done it a couple times, but first time around, I'm about to do it. What piece of advice would you give me?
Fuck them hoes. Listen, listen to your gut.
Okay.
You have dreamt this longer than anyone, so you're going to get a lot of advice. You're going to get a lot of people trying to deter you from the path. Continue on the path. Be a sponge. Get as much information on the business you're trying to open. Obviously have resources, aka money. And if you can't, find partners, but make sure that it is as transparent as possible and people read the fine print. But all in all, just listen to your gut, and just you've dreamt this long enough that that it's
do it. Go for it.
Just do it. Just go for it.
One thing I'm shocked I haven't brought up before is there are tons, and I mean millions of dollars of grants out there. So depending on what your background is, what your industry is, there's so many. And when I say grants, I literally mean the word grants of like, you do not have to pay this money back type grants.
There's like women grants. There's your first gen grant. There's Mexican American grant. I mean, I've looked into this pretty heavily. There's so many. We are on our phone, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on TikTok for like God knows how long. So you could spend half an hour looking up these grants, and trust me, it is not as complicated as it seems or you think. It really isn't.
I mean,
I just didn't qualify.
I mean, and that's the other part. A lot of it's different qualifications, but you take even if you take a couple hours, fill out a bunch of forms for grants, and it could be worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Here's a plug. CLC.
Yes.
They have a business resource center.
For those who don't know, CLC is College of Lake County. Sorry. And
so you can actually make an appointment and talk to a financial advisor. I mean, they have a plethora of resources, and it's free.
Free. We love that word, free.
Dad gave me the plug. Yeah. So highly, highly, highly recommend you go on CLC's website and look up that business resource. It will help you a ton.
Yeah.
They help me out a ton.
That's amazing, because there's all kinds of, and if grants, you don't qualify grants, free 99 is the best. Yeah. Everything tastes better when it's free. Grants, but also there's also a ton of different like small business type loans that are like low interest, are really developed around like, working with you, your income, your revenue, and all these different things. So please do your homework, and just don't think you got to take some fat loan from Uncle Tony down, it's charging you 30% interest, right? Or you have to break the bank on your own savings account, which we've all done. We've bootstrapped it, most of us at least. We totally glazed over this. What, other than like, I mean, there's a lot of obvious to this question, but like, what services do you offer? And, what would be like, I'm going to shut up and let you answer a question from that. So what services do you offer at Good American?
So we offer haircuts, shaves, beard trims. We're very well versed in traditional techniques, modern techniques. So we stay current with what's new. But
Travis Kelce's haircut, all of that. Yeah. And they use straight razors. So if you're looking to get whacked,
straight razor. We actually use a straight razor.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I have to say the steam treatment is like worth every penny of going there.
It's good. It's nice. It really is. I mean, not to brag, but I'm going to brag.
That's the whole point of this. Brag. Oh, my God.
I really do think the product that we have, the quality that we give at Good American Barber is just hands down best in Lake County. We really do, we really do put effort into it, and we're not lazy about using the razor. I mean, I've had so many people tell me, oh yeah, I asked for a razor head shave, or asked for a beard trim, and they just use the trimmer, or and there's reasons why maybe someone would use a machine on you, maybe your skin's sensitive, but at the end of the day, what is different from a barber and a stylist is that we use razors. So
you can't get that clean line without it. I mean, there's just nothing better than that crispy line right after. Yeah. It's it keeps me coming back, because I sure can't do it. Either that or I will cut my jugular. What what's next for you? Like if you like what's after like where you are today, like what's the next step for you?
Continue to have a strong presence in the Grays Lake community / Lake County. Open and other locations with the same model of for barbers by barbers, and just create each space so different to reflect us as Americans that we are very different. But that's really it. It's just me trying to do what I love and show the rest of the world, what Good American Barber does,
Hell
which
yeah.
is barbering.
That's just
Just
barbering.
barbering.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, okay, it is not just barbering. Like I can tell you, like I could be having like an absolute shitty day, shitty week, or shitty year, and I can walk and like if I go get like that crispy, like cleaned up beard and a great haircut, I feel so good about myself that even if it's just for a moment, I forget about all the shit I'm dealing with at home. Like the way a good haircut can like flip your attitude for a day, a
Yeah,
week, a
that's
year,
true.
like it's unreal. Like I watch some of these like transformation videos, like somebody who's had the same style and just like mangled up beard and long hair forever, and they come and get like full transformation. Like one, they look like a whole new person, but you could just see it in their face and their eyes, and like that they just like you just change their world for them. And that it goes back to I think a big thing where you talk about is like you love helping people. I think
We give
that
a shit. We
Yeah.
Good American, like we do, like we actually ask you and have a conversation with you. Like I always say, the art of small talk is dying, and I'm trying to bring
Yes.
it back.
Or just give me the special.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what
Eric
do you
the same.
want?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. How
How are the kids?
I want it high, tight, with a 7 up this. And you're just gonna do whatever you want anyway. I can't take credit for that. Diego taught me that, the special.
Dang it, Diego. Giving our secrets away.
Trade secrets, hot take right here. You're hearing it first on Small Business Big Dreams. All right, so let's say I want to come and make an appointment with you. What's the best, easiest? Where should I do it? How should I do it?
So you can go to our website at goodamericanbarbercode.com and make an appointment through our website, or you can download the app Booksy, Booksy. Type in Good American Barber Co. and make an appointment through that. So
Through that?
both
Oh.
are very simple, user friendly.
Can we give a quick shout out to the names of your other barbers?
So shout out to my barber, Aaron, aka Cowboy the Barber.
Hey,
Shout out to Herman the Barber. Shout out to Alyssa the Barber, aka the Dame.
the
And
Dame.
The Dame.
Oh shit!
And then I do want to announce that we do have a new barber starting September 4th.
Oh, you did fill that spot.
Yes,
Oh, here we go.
So Sky the barber, she will be joining us. Yes. So she
Breaking news right here. Actually, by the time this comes out, I think it'll actually be after that date. But whatever. So welcome, Sky, to the
and we are
Good
looking
American.
for one more.
Oh, and another
more,
one.
yes.
All right. So if you haven't filled it, and by the time this comes out, you guys, and you're a barber looking to, maybe leave the dark side, or but you're hiring. That's good. Always hiring is a good thing.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. But I always, God, we could talk about hiring all day. That's my specialty. You want to talk about hiring, but hire quick, but don't be afraid to fire quick.
Yes, yeah.
Whoa, ooh,
Yeah,
I hit a soft spot on that one.
It's something that I think for entrepreneurs we always struggle, right? Like we want to be the good guy.
Yeah.
But if it's not serving your business, you have to make those
100%.
cuts. You do.
Yeah. And then you got to, figure, God, I'm not, there's so many, but don't be afraid to fire somebody. It's okay. Like if your feelings are going to be hurt, maybe, move on. But at the end of the day, if there's no business, you have no employees,
Right.
So, well, very cool. I'm assuming we can also find you on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff too.
Instagram.
Instagram.
So yeah.
Instagram. Got
Good
it.
American Barber. I know people are like, you should go on TikTok and Facebook. I'm the one that runs everything, so
Yeah,
no.
you guys, social media is super important, but it is a lot of
It's
work.
a lot, and the business is not the only thing I do. I do other stuff. Like your girl is constantly like moving and shaking. Like yeah, so
Always something up that sleeve
always
working.
something.
Yeah.
So
I guess at this point, is there anything you were hoping we would talk about that we didn't?
no, just we're super happy for the support. We're super happy that Grays Lake has been so warm and welcoming. And it's been an honor to service everyone in Grays Lake and also Lake County. And yeah, if you see me, if you see my barbers, don't feel, too shy to come up to us and say hi. We love, being a part of the community. And, we're a staple. We're here to stay.
Love it. So you guys, you got to give them a shot. I should give them a shot. Let me try that one again. I had an incredible experience. I've been a few times. I know Diego. I'm gonna hear it. I know I'm gonna hear it. But they have an incredible team. It looks like it's expanding. We got two new, one for sure. It looks like another one coming in soon. So again, it's Good American Barber Co. in downtown Grays Lake. You guys got to give them a try. You won't regret it. I promise. At least for a beard trim. Do the beard trim, please.
And just get in the rabbit hole conversation with me.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. And then you won't even know your time has passed.
Yeah.
But well, cool. Well, I appreciate you having on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, again, guys, shop local, support local, and until next time, goodbye for now. And that wraps up another episode of Small Business Big Dreams. Thank you for joining us. Please support us and these incredible small businesses by sharing this podcast with friends, family, and on your social networks. Spreading the word not just helps us grow, but more importantly supports the dreams of our local entrepreneurs. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. But if you have a small business we should hear about, reach out to us on social media or our website. We would love to hear from you. Until next week, I'm your host, Eric Bull. Keep supporting small businesses, and goodbye for now.